Okay, it is a loss, 1500 crore rupees versus ET-Now poll of 1050. So big shocker there. Gross NPA has gone up 3.2% versus 2.1% QOQ. Net NPA is also up 1.86% versus 1.18%. So yes, gross NPA ratio was likely to rise. That was what we were also expecting. We were expecting a rise in provisions as well on a QOQ basis. So let's see how that number also plays out. Sunita Nagpal is joining us to help us decode the numbers better. Sunita, they've reported a loss against an expectation of a profit to the tune of 1000 crore rupees, a loss of 1500 crores. Can you help us understand, if at all, they've mentioned why that is and what are the other details that they've given in the release?
It's possibly because of the provided for higher provisioning this time. If you look at some of the measures they've talked about in this quarter, they have said that the credit cost has gone up by 137 bips in this quarter, which includes contingent provision of 92 basis point, which was made during FY19. They are talking about gross slippages at 3,481 for Q4, out of which 552 crores just an exposure to one airline, most likely Jet Airways that they're talking about. They are also saying that that 529 crores of on account of stressed infrastructure conglomerate, most likely it's ILFS they're talking about, and they are also saying that the standard restructure exposure is at 0.08%. And that's why they're saying that our total asset quality, they're saying that is at for FY19 on March is 2.65%. That's what they're talking about in the press release. Looks like they are looking at starting the FY20 at a cleaner slate, as Krishnan was possibly talking about. There could also be some instructions coming from RBI for which they have to do this. They are saying that NBFC's exposure is at 2.9%, of which 70% presently externally rated at A or better. They're saying more than 90% of the top 20 individual exposures by the value are externally rated by A or better. So they have given quality of assets in their press release this time. They are talking about exposure to different stress sectors that has been given, and from the looks of it, the net loss is largely because of the higher provisioning they've done for the stress assets that they've had on the books, and possibly could be for the cleaner balance sheet starting for FY20.
Net NPA 1.86% versus 1.18%. Board has approved also raising up to $1 billion via equity. That's an important update as well. They've approved raising of up to 20,000 crore rupees via debt. And they expect FY20 credit costs up to 125 basis points. These are, of course, some more details as far as the numbers are concerned. The bank has created a contingent provision of 2,100 crore rupees toward identified accounts. These are some details that I'm gathering from the press release. Provisions have gone up massively on a sequential basis, 3,662 crore rupees versus 550 crore rupees. QOQ and 400 crore rupees on a year-on-year basis. There's been a sharp decline in the other income as well. It's come in at 532 crore rupees versus 1400 crore rupees on a year-on-year basis. So these are some numbers. Sharp rise in provision, asset quality has also slightly worsened. GNPA, net NPA both have risen on a sequential basis. Largely, I would say there's been a bit of a disappointment as far as PAT figure is concerned, because they've delivered a loss of 1500 crores. NII has come in below. GNPAs have risen sharply.